Hello. I hope you're all having an amazing Monday and a magical Monday, because that's kind of what this topic is going to be today, is living a magical life. So, for starters, I hope you're having a magical Monday today. It is Monday, right? I swear I always do that. Hilarious. Time doesn't exist anyways, right? Literally, time doesn't exist anyway. I was super inspired today because I was thinking about how underrated other realities are compared to this reality, which might not make sense to some people, but it's like when you start to explore a new reality with new universal laws. Daniel, how's it going? And just exploring a whole new canvas in life that you've never been able to consciously explore. That to me is magic. And we have this ability to literally shift between dimensions and different outcomes in different realities, if that makes sense. Like dreams, think about it as in dreams. And we have the potential to create anything and to become anything. And so many people think dreams aren't important, or exploring their own consciousness isn't important. We only see 1% of our reality with our physical eyes, which is visible light. So if we're focusing fully just on this reality, we're missing out on 99% of our existence. And dreaming is such a beautiful bridge between this world and whatever you want to call it, the spirit world, some other I don't know what you want to call it, but it's literally, to me, it's like Wonderland. I had this dream a couple nights ago, and it was so beautiful and interesting. And there were trees everywhere. These big, beautiful trees. They were bigger than redwood trees. And I remember getting lucid. It felt lucid, but it's there was a different twist to it. And I wanted to feel what it felt like to become that tree. And this is kind of what I do in out-of-body experiences sometimes, which is so cool. You can use these practices. It's almost like learning to live through someone else's point of view. I literally was able to become the tree and feel what it was like to be a tree and to totally be present and in complete harmony with my surroundings and nature. And it just helped me realize this consciousness is never ending. The exploration of consciousness is just beginning. We can literally use these experiences to bridge to other worlds and to other realities. And just becoming that tree in my lucid dream, and I was kind of almost shifting between an out-of-body experience and a lucid dream, which is why I was saying the lucidity felt different. But everything is one single consciousness. Everything is one single drop in existence. But using our perception, we can shift into these different embodiments of consciousness. So trees, different animals, mountains. You could literally make a demand in the lucid dream to become pure love, to become pure kindness, to become pure mindfulness. And why don't we use these states to practice tuning into what love feels like? To practice universal traits that we should all use every day, like kindness and compassion. Why don't we use these states to explore our potential? This is not all that we have, what's right here, right now. We are limitless, multi-dimensional beings that are meant to completely expand and explore and rediscover themselves through this experience that we call life. And I feel like lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to do that. Because a lot of people, I feel like, misunderstand what it is like to get lucid or what it is like to have an out-of-body experience. And, it's not something that we learn in school. So, that's fine. But it's like, it's not just a vivid dream. It's like, oh yeah, I think I've had a lucid dream before. I had this really vivid dream the other night. No. It is literally your ticket to experiencing another reality outside of this one. Like, by lucid dreaming and inducing out-of-body experiences, you are literally experiencing your multidimensional nature. You are literally experiencing another body that you inhabit in another reality and being able to live out any sort of fantasy. And it's not just about fantasies. I think of it, like I said, like Alice in Wonderland. You're almost like a guest inside this beautiful realm that the dreamer gives you access to. And the dreamer is the part of our brain that grants our requests to become lucid and creates the dream content. So it's almost like you're a guest inside of your own mind. And every single thing in that realm is a piece of art. Every blade of grass, every snail you see, every cloud, every person, every animal, every letter. It's like every single thing has a story behind how it relates to you. And I think it's very interesting that we can meet our own internal archetypes of our own psyche in these experiences and communicate with them. And I really don't know how to put it in a way that helps people realize this is so much more than people have let it to be. And it's so misunderstood. It is so misunderstood. I can't even explain to you. And so that's why it's one of my missions to really make this, it's already accessible to everybody, but to make it feel accessible to everybody, because this is something that we were all born with, the ability to do. I guess inside your own mind. Yep, exactly. That's what it feels like, right? Can you please discuss how one might use lucid dreaming to help with anxiety and depression? Yes, totally. That's actually, it's funny you said that, because that was one of the things I was going to touch on, because I used to have horrible anxiety and depression, and it was because a whole plethora of things. But with anxiety and depression, I didn't know how to dive into it, and I didn't know how to escape it, and I didn't know how to deal with it, and I just didn't know. Right? We just don't know. We sometimes don't know why the anxiety's there. We don't know why the depression's there. We don't know what it means, how to get it to go away. We don't know. So I think that one of the keys to exploring your anxiety and your depression within the lucid dream is to go into the state with a loving curiosity, right? Because if we go into the dream state with the judgment that we have in waking life, I really don't feel like we'd get very far. So for me, specifically, Daniel, with anxiety and depression, for me, it was more of becoming a detective and trying to gather clues, and trying to invite the anxiety and the depression in with loving, openness, because that's why we have nightmares and traumas that we haven't healed yet. It's because we are trying, our brain is just trying to seek pleasure, save energy, and be efficient. And so one of its jobs is to keep you away from things that make you feel uncomfortable. So we get in this habit of oh, I feel something, I better numb out somehow. When really the medicine to solve that problem is literally just opening up a dialogue to be curious and to see what message that thing has for you, if that makes sense. So, for example, with my anxiety and depression, okay, it gets worse when I run away from it, right? especially when I can't figure it out. It's like, oh, I can't figure it out, so let me just try to run away from it and numb out. But what if I completely switched the roles? What if I invited it in? What if I welcomed the anxiety and the depression through a state like my lucid dream, where I can actually meet the archetype of my anxiety and my depression? And so that became my goal, because if the whole dream world is me, and I can meet an archetype of my anxiety or my depression in the lucid dream, then that means that it is a part of me. So by shunning that away, it's like literally me disowning a part of myself. So I remember going into the lucid dream and really almost looking out for it, looking out for the anxiety, looking out for like the depression. And that might sound weird, but to those of you who have not had a lucid dream before, you can literally meet like archetypes of parts of your psyche, like your insomnia, your inner child, your inner anger, your untapped potential, or your hidden creativity, like every part of yourself. And think about like hundreds of thousands probably, right? Like there's so many things that we can dive into in those states. But I remember calling out to my like anxiety in the dream, and it came in the form of like a woman, and she had shorter hair, and she was kind of like timid, like she was literally the embodiment of my anxiety, which is really interesting that you can even visit those parts of yourself in the lucid dream, and like they actually embody like the energy of what you think they would embody. Like my inner child is literally me as a child when I call on her in the lucid dream. And she's very playful, she runs around a lot, she always wants to show me little things like little flowers and little plants, and it's cool because it's not just something I'm imagining, which is I feel like a lot of people are confused on what a lucid dream is. And a lucid dream is knowing that you're dreaming as the dream is happening, but as you increase your levels of lucidity, you gain more control and you ultimately gain more awareness over the experience. And it feels so real. Like if you were here right now and I was talking to you, that's how real it would be to talk with your anxiety or your inner child. Like it is so real, and the work that has been done in those states and how it's changed my life, I can't even begin to tell you. It is so powerful. And that's one of the reasons for the title, is because we deserve to live a magical life, and our life is already magical. We just need to figure out how to tap into that magic and not be numb to it. Like every single piece of life is magical, but you have to program your brain to see it as magical. Like even the texture of the bark on a tree is magical to me. That literally was just created out of the ground, and there's trees that are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old, even older than that, way older than that. And this is like an artifact of the past that we get. Even the stars, like because of the delay in time that it takes for light to get to your eyes, when you look up at the sky, you're actually seeing, you can see stars that have already like exploded, but the light hasn't reached your eyes yet. So you can literally see ancient artifacts in the sky. Like that is what I'm talking about by like seeing the magic in every single thing. Every single thing to me is magical, especially when I go outside. And when I go into the dream realm, it is just as magical, if not more magical, because it's like this whole world is open to me to explore that feels more real than this life. And I know it's hard for some people to grasp until you actually have the experience, but it's like, where is that place? To me, it's not just in my mind. To me, it's like an actual place, and I have actual friends there. Like I visit people over and over in my dreams, and they're like, hey, it's been a while. It's literally like another reality. And for those of you who think this is like the only reality, which doesn't even make sense at this point scientifically, but this is the only like solid reality, your non-lucid dreams, it's so real to your brain thinks that it's reality. That's why we all don't just have naturally lucid dreams all the time, is because those realities, even with you being non-lucid, is so real to your brain that it cannot accept that it is a dream. And so we have to train ourselves to become aware of these different realities, just like you have to train yourself to tap into your intuition. to see the world as magical, to believe that you are abundant instead of like in a scarcity or a scarce universe. You know, it's like these are all things that you have to train yourself to see. And it's not right or right, like literally how you perceive the world, how you believe the world is, it will be your experience regardless of whatever someone else thinks. So you might as well just do yourself a favor and learn to tap into your own magic. Learn to tap into the beauty that is all around us all the time, and learn to pay attention to the parts of yourself that you don't physically see, because I promise you, what you see with your physical eyes is not even close to all that there is to explore. I literally look anywhere, like I don't even have to explain it. Well said. On several occasions, I've met dream figures that represented sorrow, and when I approached them with the compassion, they changed in appearance from sad to comforted. Right? And I can feel that, the difference when I wake up and after I do that work, and that's all it takes. I can't remember what the story was, but in Tibetan Buddhism, when it comes to doing this trauma integration work, they say the seeing is the doing, which means that all you really have to do within the lucid dream when meeting an archetype of your own psyche is to just become aware of it. Even if you got lucid in a nightmare, you don't run, because that's why the nightmare is there in the first place, but you just become aware. And sometimes the seeing is the doing. Sometimes all that's needed is that part of yourself, just knowing that you're paying attention, just knowing that you're willing to become aware of it. You know, and that's how we literally deal with any trauma, is we literally look for it. We don't run away. We look for the trauma, or like the past belief systems, for example, that didn't serve us. We become aware that that was there, and then we make an effort to change that. And that's so cool that you've experienced that, Daniel, because I've experienced that as well. With a few different things. Like, it doesn't always have to be like bad, you know, it could be like your inner creativity. I've called out to me my hidden potential before, and in the dream I woke up right before I was able to go to the whiteboards because I got so excited, but I was sitting in my house and I literally called out to the subconscious mind, show me my hidden potential. And inside my closet, tons of whiteboards came out of the closet. They just slid out of the closet, but there was like writing all over them, and I wish I got to the whiteboards before I woke up, but I got really excited. It was a little sudden. I was all alone in my house. I literally called to the sky, and all of a sudden these like whiteboards slide out of the closet, and maybe I just got too startled. But it's my goal to go back there and see what was said on those whiteboards, because this is the way for our subconscious mind, and even outside things that are perceived as outside of us can communicate with us, is through the dream realm. Like, even like a loved one that has passed away. Like, sometimes we do not pay attention to the subtle signs when like beings are trying to communicate to us. We just don't. We are so like go, 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 go. We don't really notice these signs. And so what is an efficient way for someone to connect with us or to relay a message to us from our dreams? Because we are sleeping, we sometimes don't have an option to like not pay attention to the dream because it's non-lucid. We are just watching the dream. The dream is showing us something. Like, so that is the greatest time to use this state to connect with loved ones that have passed away, to dig deep into your belief systems, into past memories, into things that you want to shed, dive into things that you want to create. Like, I can't even tell you everything that you can do in this state. I would literally have to list off basically like every single thing that you can do in waking life, because that feels like another reality, and you technically can explore everything within that reality. I would literally have to name off every single thing that is possible for us to do in this reality. Think about all the actions and all of the things that we could do in this reality. I would literally have to name all of that off for the lucid dream. That's how limitless this reality is. And there's some people that have asked me over and over, I'm running out of ideas. What should I do in the lucid dream? I just realize I'm dreaming and I don't know what to do, and so I just wake up. Find something to do, dude. Like, you do not have to wake yourself up. You will never, ever, ever run out of things to explore or to do in the dream realm. I promise you. How did you first discover the healing power of lucid dreaming? So that was actually my healing story. So when I was dealing with all of my stomach issues, as you know, like I was in the ER for years, like constantly. wake up in agonizing pain, and I was on 8 medications. Like, I was throwing up blood. Like, the pain in my stomach, I can't even explain it to you. It was like the sharpest, most just horrible stinging pain. Oh my god, it literally felt like I was being like, just like my stomach was just being like slashed open, and like my stomach was just filled with like rubbing alcohol. I don't know how to explain it. That's literally what it felt like. Just this intense burning. And after the runaround, as you know, Daniel, because we've talked about this, but after the runaround for years, spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a million different doctors, just trying to get someone to tell me what was going on with me. Like, please, just help me, like, not be in pain for 2 seconds. Like, after a while, I just gave up on, like, the doctors and everybody. They weren't even trying to help me. They were literally just, like, half-assing everything. They weren't even doing anything. They were just, like, throwing ideas at me, throwing just medication at me. They weren't even, like, listening. And that's when I started calling out Daniel to, like, the universe. I didn't really know what I was calling out for. I was like, please give me a way to heal myself. Please there has to be something I can do. I'm going to take this into my own hands. Please show me what I need to do. And I had lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences when I was really little, but I forgot about them because I went through school, and school completely, like, destroyed me and my mindset, and I had to, like, I went through a lot in school, and so I stopped dreaming, and I forgot about it until I started calling out when I was older with all the stomach issues now, probably a huge part because of the anxiety and the panic attacks and all of that. But I started having dreams again, like lucid dreams and sleep paralysis experiences and out-of-body experiences, when I started calling out, please, like, throw me a bone here. Tell me what I need to do. Like, give me some sort of direction. That's when I started having those experiences. And then I remember seeing, like, some sort of study that someone did on, like, placebo healing or something, because they were running some experiments on placebo healing. And there was an article about, obviously, how the brain can't tell the difference between imagination, dreams, and waking reality. And so I was like, maybe the placebo then would work in the dream state too. Like, and I didn't really see too much about that kind of stuff back then. I'm glad they're starting to do more research on it now, but I didn't really see too much. So it was more just experimentation and just, like, trying to figure out my own solution. And since I was asking for an answer, and then I started to have all these really, really intense, weird experiences at night, I was like, maybe this is, like, the universe answering my question, you know, about my healing. Maybe there's something to this, because they wouldn't stop. As soon as I'd close my eyes, I would go back into, like, an experience. It was kind of sleep paralysis, but it was also like I was half dreaming, but it was like a very vivid, it was kind of hard to explain. But as soon as I would take a nap or anything, as soon as I would shut my eyes, this thing would happen, and I'd wake up, oh my god, what is going on? And I was like, oh, maybe this is what the universe was trying to lead me to. And so I started to not, like, freak out and wake up. I had to, like, basically reteach myself what was happening. I had to relearn how to, because those lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences came pretty naturally to me when I was little, but after not doing them for so long, and then me having these experiences again, like, years and years and years later, I basically had to reteach myself how to induce them, how to stay in them, and how to, like, be calm and actually, like, explore those realities. So that's when I really started to make the intention that I want to figure out how to heal my stomach. I want to see something that will help me figure out how to heal. Like, I thought that the dream was going to give me, like, hey, take this medication, like, hey, do this, hey, try this essential oil. Like, I don't know what the dream was gonna, that's what I thought the dream was gonna do. I didn't know how it was gonna heal me. But then I had a dream where I told you that I got lucid, and then the guy parked across the street, and he was telling me, like, he came over and was like, hey, I'm here to help you heal your stomach like you asked for. Since then, I just followed him, and then I was actually, like, a physical healing that played out in the dream, which was really cool. I remember just using those affirmations, like, thank you for my healing, thank you for my healing. So basically, my first experience with, like, an actual healing in the lucid dream is the one that actually healed my issues. And since then, I've used it for so many different things. Like, not only can you use these states to completely get rid of your, sorry if I'm looking here a lot, I'm looking out a window, and it's very distracting because it's very beautiful. I'm like zoning out. Not only can you use this state to literally physically heal yourself, but like mentally, emotionally, you can like learn skills and actually wake up with improved skill because your brain doesn't think you're lucid dreaming, your brain thinks you're awake. So even when you practice riding a bike, when you practice driving a car, when you practice playing an instrument, like your brain is actually creating those neural connections, which is helping you actually learn that skill and get better at it while you're sleeping. Like, and on top of like meeting your internal archetypes of your own psyche, like, I mean, come on, like, manifesting. I've used the lucid dream to literally manifest money. I manifested $500 in a week and a half from some random check that came in the mail from the state. Like, what? And guess how much it was? It wasn't 500, it was 555. And to me, that was like the universe being like, bro, this is from the dream state, here is a confirmation, 555. And I'm like, okay. Wow. And since then, I've experimented with it, and it has happened again. Because again, think about it. If you're going to like try to manifest money, for example, and lucid dreaming is the most powerful form of visualization, and it's been scientifically proven that visualization does help you create things in your life and help you like literally live it out before it's actually here in the physical. E=mc². You know, like energy is interchangeable with matter. Because it's such a vivid, real reality, and you can smell the money, you can taste the money, you can touch the money, you can throw the money, you can play with the money, you can rip up the money, you can spend the money, you can save the money, like whatever you want to do in the dream world, you can. And it feels so real. I remember manifesting like a huge wad of money in my pocket in the dream just to see what it was like. And like the money, you can hear it, you can smell it, like more vivid than in real life. Like I could smell it right now. You can see it's like so real to the brain. So if you've had like money blocks or blocks around like the belief system that you can earn a specific amount of money, this would be a really good practice for you, because you're basically showing your brain like, oh, it is possible. I see the money in my hands. We can smell it, taste it, touch it. It must be real. That's what the brain thinks. It's like, oh, it must be real then. And so this reality is literally like a practice ground to explore and to dive deep and to just literally live out any sort of reality or like fantasy you want to, and then take the knowledge that you've learned from the dream state and use this reality to implement it. That's one thing that people say sometimes is like, oh, you're too distracted with dreaming, like dreaming is taking over your life. Bro, I go on these adventures when my physical body is sleeping anyways. I'm literally saving myself time, if anything, because we sleep for a third of our lives. And I'm using that third of my life to explore, to ask questions, to learn skills, to get ideas, to heal myself, to learn how to sleep better. Like, to get rid of things that I don't need that are taking away from my time in waking reality. I'm actually making better use of my time by having a dream practice, because if you don't even practice remembering your dreams at all, you're literally just like, goodbye 1/3 of my life, goodbye 30 to 33 years that I don't really need for anything. Like, yeah, you get to sleep, obviously, but like, what if you could literally be sleeping while you literally live out an entirely limitless life in this completely beautiful world that will just set the mood every single day for when you wake up. Like, my goal is not to help you like prioritize or like put lucid dreaming on a pedestal above waking life, but it's to help you use them equally. Yes, equally. This reality is not more important than that one, and vice versa. Like, literally, they are both used for specific reasons at specific times, but they should be used together. Like, they should literally be used in harmony together. We cannot prioritize one over the other one. That's literally doing the other one a disservice. Like, especially if you've never consciously like explored one in the first place. If you've never had a lucid dream, please do not say that lucid dreaming is a waste of time, because you're literally making use of the 30 years that you spend asleep by sleeping and getting all the rest you need while learning how to practicing skills and actually waking up with improved skill. I get some of my best ideas. I'm actually launching 2 things right now, and they both came from the dream state. Instantly, I woke up and I knew exactly what I needed to do. If I ever have a question on anything, literally anything, I will take a 30-minute nap and I will literally wake up with the answer. What? That's so crazy. I dreamed $10,000 recently and received it 2 days later. Oh my gosh! Yes, Daniel! You need to post these in my group. If you're not a part of my group, Daniel, you need to get in there, because I see you posting stuff about dreams and your lucid dreams and like your really cool experiences, and I would love for the people in my group to see your posts. So please don't feel like you can't ever post in my group. You definitely can. I just want to make that very crystal clear. Because that's amazing and people need to hear this. Like, yeah, and you're a dreamer too. Like, you know how important it is for people's minds to literally be expanded past the programmed ideas that we were literally like given when we were a young age. Like, we need to realize how we can literally explore and change our own lives. Like, people try to do everything from this physical reality, like the Newtonian paradigm, which literally doesn't work anymore. We go from a Newtonian paradigm to when we start to practice dreaming and just having a dream practice in general and inducing lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences. We're literally moving into the quantum paradigm where anything is possible. And it's not just cause and effect. We can cause the effects, like, you know. And this is so limitless. People are healing themselves. People are creating the most amazing, beautiful inventions from the dream state. Like, how... What is your why? Like, really tune in with your why. And I always get back to that. Because if you don't have a why for why you're trying to practice this, it's going to be very hard for you to have these experiences. All you have to do is know your why. For me, when I started, my why was that I wanted to be healed. I literally couldn't hold a job. I didn't have friends. I didn't really go anywhere because I couldn't. I was literally like, I could collapse any moment in pain. So I just didn't do anything. Like, my health took over my life. And so me using the dream state literally gave me that time back. And now that huge portion of my life that I was spent like in hospitals and in bed because I couldn't move, I'm spending learning, growing, teaching, discovering, expanding, like exploring, adventuring, and really wanting to help others learn how to do it. And I am doing that because that's my mission. We are not just part of this little tiny, like, 1% that we see with our physical eyes. That's literally not what's happening here. And someone messaged me the other day saying, oh, I'm a skeptic with lucid dreaming. I was like, what do you mean? Oh, I'm skeptical. It doesn't exist. Like, okay, well, it's fine if you haven't experienced it, but at this point in time, we don't really, and it's good to like question things, right? Like, that's part of this experience, learning to question things. But denying that these things exist even when they're scientifically proven, like, we're kind of past that time. Now it's not just a time to know. It's a time to know how, right? So we have to learn to explore the know-how more than the know. Okay, yep, I know this may exist. I know this may not exist. But what's more important now is looking at the how. How is this possible? How can this change my life? How can I use this? And how can I do it? That's the thought process we all need to be embodying more and more and more, especially when it comes to these types of things. Person with a why can deal with anyhow. Yes! See, Daniel? I love you. You just totally know. And it all starts with that. 2 of the biggest things that are going to help you in this practice, I promise you, is enthusiasm and determination. If you do not have enthusiasm and you're taking it way too hard, it's probably going to create more resistance in your experiences. And if you're not determined, your brain's not going to think that it's a priority to, number one, remember your dreams, to become conscious in your dreams. So you literally have to find something to enthuse you in the practice, but also help you to become determined to explore that thing. And that's why I also recommend having like a dream planning journal, a lucid dream planning journal. Like, doesn't just a dream planning journal or a lucid dream planning journal. You can literally plan out your regular dreams too. They don't just happen to us. We don't just like view these dreams. It is a ongoing communication with our inner self. It is literally like a letter being written back and forth. But do you open those letters? Think of it like that. Your subconscious mind is literally, dreams are your subconscious mind writing you letters through images. Say a friend was writing you letters consistently. You'd get a letter from them like several times a week, right? And you open them and you reply, and then you and your friend, that you keep communicating, right? But then you stop opening the letters altogether. And you stop communicating with that friend. Are they going to keep sending you letters when, number one, you haven't even been reading them, and number two, they haven't gotten the letter back in who knows how long? No. They're probably going to stop writing you. And that is literally how the subconscious mind works when it comes to the dream practice. If you stop caring, the dream will stop giving you those experiences, those memories. Like, if you don't see it as a priority, your brain's not going to see it as a priority either. Because again, your brain's job is to seek pleasure, save energy, and be efficient. And if your brain is working on saving all this dream content that you're not even going to write down or you're not going to use, the brain is not being efficient and it's not saving energy. So it's not going to do those things, because those are the three main jobs of the brain. So it's actually a lot of what you feel in here about the practice. It's not about what you think. If you think it's real, if you think you can do this, if you think you can heal it, if you think you'll have dreams tonight, not sure. No, it's about how you feel. How the practice makes you feel. What you believe. And really just, we're spiritual beings in a human experience, but we are literally meant to learn, explore, and absorb as much as we can about this experience and who we perceive ourselves to be and what we perceive the world to be around us. We are meant to be constantly evolving and learning, literally constantly, in one way or another. We should never be stagnant. So what I would ask you is, if you do not have a dream practice in place of any sorts, what do you want to explore more about yourself? Forget the dream practice for a second. Where is your curiosity with you? Do you truly believe that you're living in your fullest potential right now? That you've learned all that you need to learn, you know all that you need to know, and you're right where you want to be for the rest of your life? I hope not. But really think about that. What could you dive into deeper within you that maybe you haven't done before? That will lead you to what you should explore in the dream. If you're still new to the practice, if you're still not sure what you want to explore. And again, if you don't know how to lucid dream, or build up your dream recall or anything like that, we're going to be talking about that in my workshop in 2 days. But you really got to start looking at you. Instead of the dream realm is like a separate practice, like, just focus on what you want to explore within yourself. What questions you have about you. In 10 years, where do you see yourself? What are you doing? Romanticize that thought for a second and really just tune into what reality you can have that you would absolutely fall in love with. Now that you have that reality, start to pick apart those aspects. Oh, what are some of those things that you are doing in that ideal reality that maybe you haven't heard of, maybe you haven't questioned, or maybe you want to know more about? Or maybe how to get there. You know, there's so much information that we can We just have to learn how to use it. Not only how to digest information, but how to use information and pull apart specific pieces. So when you're thinking about your most ideal reality, even then, you can literally go into the lucid dream state and meet you in 10 years. Which I've done, and you haven't done that, well, mine was 5 years. But if you haven't done that, I would definitely recommend doing that because it is so magical. See, it always comes back to magic. To me, this is a magical practice. And some people argue, oh, this isn't magic. Okay, well, if you've ever seen Peter Pan, like, magic only presents itself when you believe in it. This is why people can literally be living the same life and one will be having a totally magical, beautiful experience and the other one will just be having a horrible time. Because it's down to your belief system and where your heart's at. So true. Lucid and non-lucid dreams have become my best friend. I literally never have writer's block. If I ask a question, it responds. Right. This is what I'm trying to say. Absolutely. Can you please post a link to your YouTube tutorial on how to lucid dream tonight? It's one of your best in my opinion. Thank you. I think I do have a couple of them. I have done a couple of those videos. Let's see what one pulls up when I type it in though. Okay. Is it the how to lucid dream tonight with a 3-step lucid dreaming plan? That was a live video that I did 3 weeks ago. I know I did some videos just titled how to lucid dream tonight too, but do you know like when it was uploaded? I do have a few of those. I'll have to look for that, honestly. I've got quite a bit of videos on there now. But I will find that. I just wanted to inspire you guys today to let you guys know that you can live a life fully immersed in magic and joy and adventure and explore wherever you want to without even leaving your house. And you'll still be able to learn, you'll still be able to grow, you'll still be able to integrate things, to create things. Okay, yeah, that was the live video. That was the one I was looking at. Perfect. Thanks for posting that. Great. I was like, huh, I have a few of those. I don't know. Might take me a while. I want to help give you guys permission to live a magical life. That is why we are here. We need to stop playing small. And I want to help you guys in any way that I can to just like, see, I just like daydream when I think about it. Just to literally explore this world and this universe, really, when it comes to multi-dimensional adventures, but just to explore to the best of your ability, to be open, to look at things with a loving awareness, to have compassion for yourself and others. And to me, the dream state teaches me a lot of that. And also has taught me that, like, in the lucid dream, everything is you, right? Like, you look around and everything is you. And say that you got lucid and this dream character was an ass to you and he like says something to like piss you off or something. In the dream, since you know it's a dream and since you know it's you wouldn't be angry or offended at all. You would be like, wow, that's interesting. I wonder what he represents. Because you like are literally in your mind. Like, you know that he's an aspect of you. And so you come at it with a really interesting point of view, or like, you know, you're just like, wow, that's interesting. I wonder what he represents. We should see that same connectedness in waking life. When someone maybe is like that to us in waking life, instead of like, oh, they're doing this to me. How is this happening for me? This is interesting. Like, and then you start to see the connectedness in literally everything in waking life. Dreams have helped program me to be that way. And this is why I think it's a really important just practice to take up on or just explore in general, because it changes the way that you see the world, the way that you see yourself, the way that you see others, the way that you interact with the world. And lucid dreaming does take a little bit of mindfulness training. learning how to lucid dream really does help you live lucidly too, which is what I think is so incredible about this practice. And that's why I say it should be used with waking life. You should never be like, oh, screw dreams, waking life is way more important, or like, oh, I hate life, I just want to dream all the time. Like, you clearly have to have a balance of the two and use them together, because they really do complement one another, especially when you can take something you've learned in waking life and take it to the dream world and fine-tune your skills, or when you come up with a beautiful new idea in the dream state, and you can actually create that in your life in waking life within days. Literally, I created this series, this like masterclass series. Hey Chelsea, how's it going, girl? I created this masterclass series a couple days ago, and it has 11 masterclasses in it, and it all came to me in one dream, because I was like, oh, there has to be something that I can create. Where do I start? You know, like I use the lucid dream state for a lot of like business ideas, and something showed itself to me in the dream where it was talking about some sort of series, and I saw all of these different titles and all of these different classes that I already ran in the dream, but I haven't ran yet. So it's almost like you can tap into like future experiences. I woke up and I created all of it the same day, because it was like I already created it. I already saw it. I already knew that it existed because I saw it in the dream realm, and I created it, and now I'm launching it in 2 days. The dream realm can seriously enhance every part of your life. Literally, oh my god. Even when it came to my kidney infection that I had, when I had my kidney infection, the dream literally was telling me what to eat, what time to go to bed, what kind of salts to put in my bath. Like, it was so there for me, and it was almost weird, because I think I value the dream practice so much, and I love the dream practice. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And it's almost like in my time of need, when I couldn't really do a lot of my practices, the dream was there for me. The dream helped heal me just through regular non-lucid dreams. It's like you feel this deep connection. I could cry. You feel such a deep connection with... It's like I want to say you and everything that's outside of you, but this shows that everything is literally just one beautiful flower. Like life and the universe and just like thisness and all is just one beautiful flower. And there's just different little petals on the flower, but like the stem that the flower grows on, that's all of consciousness. That is all the same. Like, it just shows how connected everything is, and how when I put my love and my time into the dream practice, it gives me love back, and it literally helped heal my kidney infection way quicker than I feel like I was supposed to experience that and heal that. Oh my god. I just feel so supported and so loved by this practice, and like, it is not just me dreaming, it is literally a relationship with me and the dreamer, with me and my inner psyche. It is literally a beautiful friendship that I could never fully explain to anybody. But I am heard when I am there. I am seen when I am there. I am celebrated. I am honored. And I can take that energy and bring it to my waking life in all that I do. How I dream, I can learn to live that way. And this is why I always say, like, I want to help bring people's dreams to life. Because I want you to have permission to dream big, right? But then, through this practice, I literally want to help you learn to bring those big dreams into this reality so you can live them and experience them. Forget, oh, it's just a dream. Forget that, oh, it's just a dream. Forget that. They are shown to us in the dream for a purpose, because we are meant to use them. Some of the best inventions in all of humanity have came to them through the dream state. These are not just random dreams that we wake up and then we forget about. Oh, that was strange. Like, doesn't matter anyways. It's just a dream. The subconscious, literally the divine, is giving you information so you can use it to change your life and to change other people's lives. It is literally dropping little gold nuggets but it's your job to literally pick them up and to use them. Literally, the periodic table, Einstein's theory of relativity, the structure of an atom, DNA strands, those were all discovered through the dream realm. And that's literally like what created our understanding of like how things work on some sort of level. Obviously, there's always more to learn, but like so many discoveries within science were brought to people's attention from the dream states. This is not just like just a dream. This is literally your connection to the divine. Like this is literally your connection. This is a gateway to the inner self and beyond. And you can absolutely use whatever you can imagine in the dream state, and you can use that to benefit your life. I will never tell you what the limits are within these states because I have not found them yet. I have not found them. And I don't believe they exist because I believe they exist once I believe that they exist, right? But I have seen and experienced and heard way too much from these states, from like my experiences and other people's, to like not dedicate my entire life to exploring this and helping people change their lives. Like if we can heal ourselves, if we can get information, if we can literally create our dream lives from the inside out, if we can literally transform who we are and how we show up and how we help other people and how we love ourselves through this practice, I'm going to spend the rest of my fucking life doing it, because this is what's important to me. This, like, helping people awaken to their true potential and their abilities that lie within, like, what they're already doing and having now, like, that means a lot to me. And this practice is so cool. And I didn't even have a plan going live today. I was just looking out the window like I have been the whole time. So I'm sorry if my eyes have kept darting there, but I'm just like, wow. Isn't life so beautiful, you know? Because it's so much more than we have been led to believe. And dreaming really helps me live through that every single day. Every day. Life is so limitless. Life is so beautiful. And I get to literally explore a whole new realm of it in my dreams. I get so excited to go to sleep. Like I am a little kid. I have my dream journal, and then I have my dream planning notebook where I actually plan out my dreams, and I have literally sticky notes on my walls. Check if you're dreaming. Are you dreaming? Books everywhere on the subject, like little tables set up for like my magic practice with my dreams, and like it just makes me feel like such a little kid. Okay, I fucking love this. And Daniel, oh my gosh, I am very passionate about it because it's absolutely changed my life, and I just want to help other people enhance their life too through something that happens naturally anyways, guys. You don't have to buy a supplement to make you do this. You don't have to buy a piece of technology. Like you unlearn what made you believe that you can't do it. We never have to learn really anything. I believe we have to unlearn and we have to remember. Those are the two big things. We have to unlearn, and we have to remember. So really, when it comes to dreaming and lucid dreaming, hey Tony, hey Mare, you have to unlearn the programs that you've been given on your abilities and remember your limitlessness and remember who you actually are. And I'm here to help every step of the way. This is literally my mission. This is my purpose. This is my passion. This is my everything. I literally love this so much. I love you, Daniel. Always there when I get all like, it's always, I'm telling you guys, please, just experience it once. Let me help you get there one time, please. And then I tell people that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Mark my words, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Just one time. Guys, so it is the 3rd. On the 5th is when my 4-day workshop starts, Intro to Dreaming. In this workshop, we're going to be spending 4 days together, so you're going to learn everything from like what you can use lucid dreaming and the dream practice for, kind of how it works, how to build your dream journal, so how to actually build a dream journal that works for you, helps you get lucid and helps you recall as many dreams as possible a night, how to use it. We're going to be diving into dream recall, how to remember several vivid dreams at night, how to use your dream journal to get lucid. So if you want to have lucid dreams without waking up in the middle of the night to do techniques, then this is a workshop that you'll want to attend, because we'll be going into spontaneous lucidity and how to use just what's in your dream journal to get lucid. We'll also be diving into decoding and interpreting your dreams, because when it comes to your specific dream symbolism, there isn't like a dream dictionary that you can look up. I'm sorry to tell you, but a lot of dream dictionaries are kind of useless, because it's very personal to you and those symbols and your emotional connections to those things. So I'm going to help you learn how to decode and interpret your own dreams in a really fun way that literally allows you to read the whole dream back, kind of like a Mad Libs in a way, which is really, really fun. That way we can build a stronger connection to the dreamer. Of course, we'll be working on spontaneous practices for getting lucid. We'll be covering a few different ones in there. And then the bonus day for the bonus call, the 4th day, I'll be showing you how to enter dreamy states of consciousness outside of REM sleep. So you can do this in meditation, you can do this before bed, after you wake up. So it's going to be so cool. There's going to be so much we're covering in there, and I'm so excited. So if you are interested in joining the workshop, you have until May 5th to join. That's when we are starting live at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you're thinking about joining the workshop, I would definitely recommend getting in before the 5th. And then I will send you a link to the private Facebook group where it will be taking place, and you can join us there. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out and let me know. There is a PayPal link on my page on a few different posts recently for the workshop, but you can always just message me personally if you need the link. If you're a part of my email list, you should have received 2 emails in the past week on this, and then of course a few different extra tips and techniques on lucidity. And if you are not a part of my email list, every Friday I send out an email to help expand your lucidity and take you beyond lucidity. So I hope to see you guys in the workshop. I am so excited. And I am just so honored to be able to share this space with you and to connect with you guys and to really just share what I'm passionate about. So passionate about. Oh my God, it's like so intense sometimes. But for those of you who haven't had an experience yet, you will see why soon. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys have an amazing day. We are going live on YouTube later tonight. Should be around 8:30 to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But I will give you guys some updates in the community tab on there. So if you are interested, make sure to check out my YouTube, and I would love to see you there. All right, I love you guys. Thanks to everyone who has joined. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And as always, I'm sending you endless love and endless lucidity. Bye.